Well, I'm out in the junkyard and I'm looking at this, which I actually had in the videos months back. I'm going to take it in the shop and take it apart. So after some pounding with my, very carefully, I vaguely recall this motor was not seized, but I freed it right up. But I'm still going to take the whole motor apart because the rings are stuck. And that was confirmed by looking in the through the bypass covers. Pistons don't look terrible, but the rings are partially stuck. So just another one to take apart. I've done probably, I don't know, 150 in my experience, in my career. What's another one? One more Johnson being brought back from the dead. Well, this partial piece of an outboard, it's got $40 worth of ignition coils under the flywheel. Amazing. But I guess it's not $40 worth of coils to the average person who just scraps it because it's in his garage and wants to get it out of here, or get out of his garage and scrap it for $4 or $5, 15 cents a pound, whatever it is. It's crazy. Good for me, though. So this guy's a real beaut. But everything's coming apart on it pretty easy. It was outside. I had it covered with plastic lawn garbage leaf bags for a while, and then that blew off. So I'm just getting tired of looking at it sitting out there. So I figured, if nothing else, I'll just take it apart for parts. But it is a 57 Johnson 18. I could tell by the knobs on the carburetor. And there's no steering mechanism, so I can't check the model number. But anyway, it's not a big deal at this point. It's the least of my problems. Well, here I got the power head removed from the midsection. This is that motor I was showing you a few clips back that was out in my boneyard. But I decided to just spur of the moment to rebuild it. I freed it up by tapping on the pistons, but I did take the whole engine apart. Both pistons had one stuck ring. I did break one ring, taking it off. All the other 5 I salvaged. I actually cleaned them up, and I added another used ring because that was not the original problem of the motor. The bottom seal on the crank, I found a partial circlip holding the bottom seal on, the carbon seal. So I assumed it took water in through the crank, and that's probably why it's got a minor seize to it. But I'm going to get all the other parts. I'm going to round up everything and make this a running serviceable outboard again. Because again, that's what I like to really do. Take project motors, and I say it over and over again, just get the real basket cases that most people wouldn't even look at. And it's going to run great. I got the pistons installed here. I cleaned them up. All the needle bearings, the crankshaft, everything was really good. So I'm very pleased. I didn't have to add any needles. It's all set. I just got to clean the mating surfaces of the block with acetone or lacquer thinner. I think I have acetone. And reseal it. I'm going to use Loctite 518. Same thing as the OMC gel seal, basically. And I'm going to put this all back together, mount it on the midsection. Again, I got to get a lot of parts for it. Here's the midsection here. I already added one mount because one of the lower mounts was missing, so I added one on one side. I have all the cups, the lower cups, and the steering assembly for it. And I still got I do actually have a steering bracket. I do have the pivot tube, most of those parts. I already cleaned the reed plate up. These I didn't even have to buff them out. So I just left them the tarnished brass color. And they're nice and flat. They're set. I don't know if anybody's ever set these reed plates, but there is a small dimple right here, and you're supposed to center the reed plates on that, and then the stops go right in the center, and you put the screw in, lock washer and a nut, and you just tighten them up. Nice and snug. I don't remember what the torque value is. It might be 6 or 7 foot-pounds. Well, maybe it's less because it's 1024 screw. But I just snug them up tight. I haven't broke them yet, and that's the deal with that. I have most of the parts here for the power head. You can see spread out. Anything else? I got the screws. So my next thing I'm going to do is seal put the block calves back on. I have a cylinder head somewhere. I originally had it out. I'll have to hunt for it somewhere. So that will take care of the power head as far as assembly goes. But until the next clip. And this is number 3 of my restorations that is time to finish. They're like 98% done, but there's little things I have to do. It's been sitting down here basically, with the exception of doing a video shoot a few years back. It's on my YouTube channel. It's been down here ever since. I took it out just for that video shoot. And I have the cover at another location I'll show you in a bit. But this is a 1957 that I want to bring up to snuff. It's on my bucket list. Face plates, 58, that's got to be changed. I'm working on the decals right now. I might have to buy a whole set to get this. I've been trying to get just a faceplate set, but nobody sells them, so. And I even inquired about having them made. Anyway, that's one of many things. The flywheel. Hold on a second. This one, out of the 3, and this is the last one. I have one more, a 54 15-horse Evinrude. That's in my garage. I rebuilt along with this one and the 2 other ones that you saw on my channel, the 5818 and the the Evinrude and the 5818 Johnson. I just have to paint it. It's in my garage. It's all in zinc chromate primer from the 90s. It's been tested. I ran it probably 2 years ago, so I know it runs still. But I want to get this guy upstairs out of here. I'm going to wash it off with the hose. It's very dusty, even though I had a blanket on it. You can see the dust. It's amazing. Well, the sandblaster doesn't help. It's because, the cabinets always leak. And one thing that's very important too with sandblasters, especially as you get older, use a dust mask when you're, blasting away, especially in a confined area. But anyway, I want to get this motor upstairs, and I'm pretty sure it's just a faceplate. I want to do something with the flywheel. I don't like the white and the red. I want to do something with that, either paint it black. This particular motor, I don't have a fuel bowl on it. So it needs a fuel bowl, fuel glass filter strainer. So that has to be put on. This one has the idle adjust. It's still pressure tank. The prop, it's got a weedless prop on it. I'll make sure there's oil in the gear case. And she's going to be run pretty soon, too, now that the weather's finally starting to break here. But let me get upstairs, and we'll take it from there. It's time. GMP, Old Marine Shop. Okay. Get all the dust off. can't find my spray nozzle. So we're back to using the old thumb like I did when I was a kid. All right, so the rest of it I can wipe off. So I got the cover right here. And the face plate's all painted. And I was experimenting with rubber seals. This one's not too bad, but it's a little small. But this is the plate for this motor. I got a 58 plate on it. It's supposed to have these style decals. The 35s and the 18s had the same size decals. The 5.5 and the 7.5 were smaller. So, but I'm working on getting these decals one way or another. I might even try to make them. But there's the cover. I don't know if you've seen the cover. I didn't show that before. So I'm going to go over the motor. Get this up a little bit. There's no cotter pin on the bullet, so there's probably no gear oil in it. I'm going to check the power head bolts like I did the other one, the ignition coils, the hardware. Work on the flywheel. I don't like the flywheel. It needs a glass bowl fuel strainer, like I said before. The faceplate and the decals, and I think that is it. Oh, and I have to paint the, this is the biggest thing right here. I got to paint the inside of the cover. It's still sandblasted. So I'm going to use some self-etching primer and some, I'll probably, anyway. So I'm going to get all this done. The cover looking good. I did the lower decals here not too long ago because I hand cut ones on there for years. But that's where I stand on this motor. So in the next video, I should have most of the items completed. All right, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Take care.